In this tutorial video, we will continue our learning on area and perimeter and see how to find a missing side when we are dealing with area. So in all of these problems, we are given the area and either the length or the width, and we have to find either the length or the width that is missing. Please follow along in your notebook and write them as I write them because this is part of your classwork. So I'll be modeling numbers 1, 3, and 8 in your classwork today in this video. At any time you needed to slow down, please just pause the video and go back as needed. So the first one, the shape has an area of 24 inches squared and a length of 6 inches. So I know my area my area formula is area equals length times width. Remember, I write a cursive L or a capital L because if I write a lowercase l, it might confuse you and look like a 1. So this is talking about length. My area is 24 inches. My length is 6 inches. And I don't know what the width is yet. That's what I'm trying to find out. I need to move this 6 over to this side. So this is actually going to algebra, but I'm going to be teaching you the trick. So if I multiply 6 on this side, I need to do the opposite on this side to make it balanced. So if I do the opposite of multiplication, it's division. So I have to do 24 divided by 6 equals W. 24 divided by 6 is 4 because 4 times 6 equals 24. I could write that a different way. I could say 24 equals 6 times blank. And I could fill this in with a 4 because 6 times 4 equals 24. If you didn't know that 6 times 4 equals 24, you could continually add up 6 until you get to 24. So you could say 6, 12, 18, 24, and count that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you could say, I know 6 times 2 is 12, and if I double that, it would be 24, so that must be 4. So there's a couple different strategies if you're struggling with dividing. Let's move on to number 3. This one, area is 40 yards squared. The length is 8 yards, and we're trying to find the width again. So I'm going to rewrite my area formula. A equals length times width. I know the area is 40 yards. The length I know is 8 yards times the width, which I do not know. So as I said before, to keep this equation balanced and to be able to find the W, I need to bring the 8 over here. To do that, I need to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So I have to do 40 divided by 8 equals W. Or I could say 40, put or here, so you could decide how you think of it best, equals 8 times blank, which would be the W. So if you don't know what 40 divided by 8 is, you could count up by 8s. Or you could say, you know that 8 times 5 actually is 40, so that's an easy multiple. So W equals 5. If you did not know that, you could say 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. So you could keep adding up 8, and this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or see when we see these zeros, if it has a 0 at the end, it's either divisible by 5 or by 10. And we know 8 times 10 is not 40. So we should try 8 times 5 because if it has that 0, there's a likely chance that will be 5 or 10. So for this one, W equals 5 yards.